So now we shall look at sentences in simple present tense, changing positive sentences into negative sentences. Till now we have seen how to change statements into question forms. Now we shall see how to change positive sentences into negative sentences by using do and does. And same principle apply to all as I explained. For all subjects except he, she, it, we use do. For he, she, it, we use does, even in writing negative sentences. Even in writing negative sentences. In the same way, whenever we use do or does, I said we have to use always V1. Do or does, we have to use always V1. Even in simple past tense we use did. Here also we have to use V1. Now we shall see how to change positive statements into negative statements. So based on this formula, subject plus V1 plus object, I write an example and we shall see how to change them into negative statements. So here I write teacher, teacher teaches, teacher teaches a poem, teacher teaches a poem. So this is subject, verb and object. This is the subject, verb and object. Since teacher is third person singular, it comes under she. It comes under she and it is used V5. As I said earlier, whenever third person singular is used, we have to use for question forms or negative statements, we have to use does. So, teacher does not, negative sentence. Negative sentence is teacher does not teach a poem. Teacher does not teach a poem. So, does not, negative sentence. Positive sentence is teacher teaches a poem, but negative sentence is teacher does not teach a poem. Suppose here if I write teachers, it becomes plural. So we have to use teach. Teachers teach a poem. Then negative, when you write negative sentence, here since plural is given, teachers, the subject changes into do. Teachers do not teach a poem. Let me explain with some more examples. So another example, few more examples, then we will conclude. So here, based on simple present tense, we are discussing about how to change positive statements into negative statements. So here, taking previous example, Ramya eats an apple. It's a statement. Now we have to change this one into negative statement. How will you change it negative statement? Again, focus on the subject. You need to focus on the subject and find out under which category it comes. It comes under singular, first person, or plural, first person. So like this you have to identify, and Ramya comes under here, third person singular. So we have to use does as we frame questions also. So now here the answer will be Ramya does not eat an apple. This is the negative statement. So see here, whenever we use do or does or did, we must always use V1. You should not use again. Whenever does is used, you should not use again. Ramya does not eats. It becomes wrong. It becomes wrong. So this is how we change positive statements into negative statements using do and does. Shall we go for another example? Yes. Now we shall take a singular subject or plural subject from second and third person. Second and third person. So now second and third person we shall look at we. We listen to music. We listen to music. Subject, verb 1 and object. Subject, verb 1 and object. So now here, since it is used we have to use do. Only for third person singular and plural we have to use does. So we don't, you can write do not also. We don't listen to music. We don't listen to music. Suppose if you change this one into question form, don't we listen to music? It becomes a question form. Do we listen to music is positive question form, and don't we listen to music is negative question form. So with one more example we shall conclude. So another example we shall take you. You. Any verb, you just tell me any verb, or I will only take you cook food. You cook food. You cook food. Subject, verb 1 and object. And remember, verb 5 is used for only he, she, it. So here you cook food, and for subject, since subject is you, we always use do. Does is used for only he, she, it. So you do not, or you can write don't also. Do not cook food. So this is how we write negative sentence, positive sentence, changing positive sentence and negative sentence. When we write positive sentence, simple formula is we use only do or does. We use only do or does in simple present tense. And to make questions, we use do or does. To make negative sentences, we use do or does. But you need to remember is do is used for I, we, you, they, and does is used for only for the subject third person singular. Third person singular is he, she, it. And remember the most important again, whenever we use do or does or did in a sentence, we must always use we one. I hope it's very clear. And if you have any doubts, you can ask me doubts, or you can ask your doubts in comments column, and keep practicing this simple present tense, and we shall meet in the next session. Thank you for your valuable time and presence. Signing off, your Pradeep sir.